have to do some maintenance. Cassie, on the other hand, was inspired enough to buy this awesome 1964 Beetle. So we'll definitely have more coming up on this. We've got a lot of plans for it. It's disassembled now, but there's a car in there. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Our good friend Noah from Noah Sport is gonna help us out with some of the items that need to be addressed, but hopefully sooner than later she'll be cruising that thing. So we'll follow up with updates. I'm gonna take these 13s out. It's gonna be great. Oh yeah.
Broke it right through.
Look at that. Homeowner special right here, the Ryobi. I think it's pronounced Ryobi.
I got Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Green versus red, baby. Milwaukee versus Ryobi. Got the job done though. Got those freshy 13s out, tie rods out. This is cool. So this car has the Unix tie rod flip kit. So the tie rods go in upside down Z, thanks to this little billet aluminum insert they make. So that's pressed in there. And then there is the ball joint extender. Probably see better from this side. So that's the Unix ball joint extender and tie rod flip kit. So,
Extendo clip.
got that extendo clip. So hopefully everything else goes this smooth. All right, after I turn the camera off, we built a tool cart to put our tools on.
It works.
Now what are you doing, Anthony?
I'm gonna try to undo the 13s on the side of the transmission for the tranny mount.
Yeah, tranny mount. So once those rear engine mount bolts are out, we'll be able to drop the subframe. Chris is gonna bring up a little engine stand hoist thingy that will allow us to take the subframe out completely.
Without crushing our heads on the engine.
Instead of crushing our heads in the engine or trying to wiggle a power steering rack out with just the rear bolts out, which will be much more pleasant. So that's the plan. You didn't bring the little necks?
No little necks. And
Why?
no quail.
No quail?
So we gotta cut this chain and it's gonna look cool on film, so I'm gonna videotape it. Look at that hot boy whip. Damn.
Don't look at the rod.
we have a longer boot to accommodate the longer shaft. You always want the longer shaft when available.
Mine's always out of stock.
There she is. Perfect. All right. Big shouts to Chris for bringing this sweet hoist thing so we could just take the subframe out entirely. Here's the old rack. Here's the old manual steering rack. Shiny new tie rods. Shiny new bushings. It's gonna be great.
The red makes it faster.
It does. It's just science.
20 more horsepower.
Yep. Let me see your rack.
Oh shit, alright. Oh, this one.
Look at that rod, that fresh rod. It's a nice rod.
Put a little lube on it. Lube makes everything a little easier.
We're up.
Let it rotator chip.
Hey everyone. So, while the car was up in the air for the manual steering rack swap, decided to redo all the airlines in the car. Before I had them under the car, as I usually do on modern cars, but on an old car like this, there isn't really a lot of good places to run the airlines. So Andy and I were consulting about it, and he ended up running his on the inside of the car, and I liked it. So that's what we did. So we've got bulkhead fittings through the body there, off the manifold. So working on the fronts now. Just got the lines ran under the kick panel here, and now getting this one all squared away. So we got one more airline. We just hooked number one, left front, up to the manifold. So now we're gonna run number two, which is right front. So we're gonna go from the manifold, right up the side, under the door trim there, and that should be that.
What's the manifold?
That's the manifold.
That's the manifold.
Yep. Okay, Alexa, play. So this episode has pretty much turned into Wolfsgart prep episode. Pretty cool package showed up today. Some brandy new Hella boxes with some brandy new Hella DE headlights that I've always wanted. One of those things where when I find them. I don't want to spend the money. Cassie took it upon herself to surprise me and ordered them. And they just showed up at the house today, which was pretty incredible. So I'm super stoked to get those installed. Probably do that in this episode too. Tomorrow morning, Andy Dixon is gonna do the alignment from the new steering rack. And he is also going to be swapping my clutch. The clutch that's in this car now came from my swap car. Crossed my fingers and ran it, and it's held up pretty good. But whenever I do drive this car, I have fun with it. So it's time before we drive to Vermont for sure. All right, so Andy Dixon got the alignment squared away after we installed the manual rack. He also fixed a really janky section of the exhaust that was a problem. He's gonna replace this tire for me today because I've got a leak that we've tried to repair a couple times and it's just not happening. And he also did a clutch. So that's pretty awesome. That was a lot of stuff checked off the list. Sorry I wasn't there to film it, but he banged it out really quick, which is awesome. So what we're gonna work on now is all of this lighting retrofit stuff. So stay tuned for the next episode. Because I'm a child, so I bought underglow, because that'll be really fun while we're up in Vermont, I think. So, that's what I'm gonna do right now. Enjoy. All right, so first things first. This bullshit, put on the trash. We don't use those. So we're gonna do an add a circuit. So we're all crimped up there. Instead of that bullshit inline fuse, we have a fused data circuit. So we've got that crimped up. We are going to heat shrink over our connection for a nice, safe, clean connection. Get this thing hooked up and figure out where we're gonna run all these stupid wires. All right, I'm done laying under the car for today. Let's see how he made out. We're on a covert mission, visiting Andy's shop. Andy is helping me by replacing a tire on one of my Rotiform LHRs. For some reason, the sidewall on this one is not cooperating. So we've got another.